sorry, I just had to get that out.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of The Dave Show. We've got a good show planned for today, so let's get right to it. Let's do it. News and nuts. News and nuts. Hey, it's news and nuts. Bernie Sanders, shockingly, admits that the Democrats are actually the ones that are a threat to democracy. Jeez. Check it out.
I'm a lifelong Democrat. I felt like the Democratic Party completely removed the democratic process from its constituents. And I think they need to have some accountability of that.
No argument here.
Ostensibly, there hasn't been a fair primary for the Democrats since 2008. Are they not also a threat to democracy? Yes. We often hear...
Fair enough. That is, yeah, I'm not going to argue with that point. You got a Democratic establishment now, which is funded by wealthy people. You have consultants who are really way out of touch with reality, who make a whole lot of money in campaigns, and working class is ignored.
President Trump said that he was going to start an investigation into the whole auto pen scandal. I don't know if we can quite call it auto pen gate or auto gate or pen gate. I don't know. Somebody will stick a gate on the end of this, I'm sure. But he's going to be looking into it to see who the heck was actually running things, because it certainly wasn't Biden. Check it out.
We're going to start looking into this whole thing with who signed this legislation. Who signed legislation opening our border? I don't think he knew. I said there's nobody that could want an open border. Nobody. And now I find out that it wasn't him. He auto-penned it. Who was operating the auto-pen? No sane person would sign it. You know who signed it? Radical left lunatics that were running our country, and the auto-pen signed it. And they didn't want him, and they were disappointed in getting him because they wanted Bernie Sanders. And then after about 2 weeks, they said, wait a minute, this is a gift. He'll do anything.
With the Her tapes out and the books that have dropped, the Democrats are scrambling to try to divert your attention, saying, hey, there's nothing here, nothing to see, just go about your day. Check it out.
They literally are trying to take health care, and Republicans want to fan the flames of conspiracy theories at this moment. No, thank you.
I don't think this is a time for politics, but what I will say is that this administration has cut cancer funding research, and I think that's so despicable and so disdainful.
President Trump weighs in on Representative McIver and her actions at the ICE facility, saying that she was out of control. I totally agree. Check it out.
Oh, give me a break. Did you see her? She was out of control. Did you address that? Those days are over. The days of woke. No, I didn't. The days of woke are over. That woman, I have no idea who she is. That woman was out of control. She was shoving federal agents. She was out of control. The days of that crap are over in this country. We're going to have law and order.
And of course, McIver pulls out the classic deck of victimhood and says it's not my fault. ICE is the one that started the whole deal, and they're the ones that escalated. I was an innocent bystander in the whole thing. I just got swept up in the ICE madness because they're out of control. Jeez. Check it out.
The entire situation was escalated by ICE. They caused the confrontation. Homeland came and, caused this chaos that we see. It was a very tense situation, but it could have been, easily it could have easily not happened. They had every opportunity to not allow this to happen. It was very unnecessary, and it just, once again, we were there to do our jobs. And if I'm going to be charged with a crime for doing my job, it just speaks to where we're headed in this country. It's political intimidation, and I'm looking forward to my day in court.
Jeffrey says a red line has been crossed by those that showed up at the ICE facility, but Swalwell says, we're doubling down and we're going to be doing a whole lot more of this stuff. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with these Democrats? I just don't get it. Check it out.
It's complete political theater, and I promise you there's going to be more unnoticed visits to my colleagues where they show up and they better be let in.
You said that this was a red line. What happens now that it's been crossed?
I addressed that in the statement.
This is a baseless, politically motivated distraction.
This is typical of the Justice Department trying to intimidate anybody who might oppose them, whether they be an elected official, a judge, or anybody else.
Kennedy on the 5 had a very interesting take on why these Democrats seem to just want to be in the spotlight and are willing to possibly be arrested for their shenanigans. So, kind of makes sense. Check it out.
I don't remember any of these people showing up to protest the detainment of people or to talk about whether or not it was a safe facility under the Biden administration or under previous administration. So what is it they're so incensed about now?
They have gotten addicted to protests. They have gotten addicted to drama. We all know that discussions like this that are so incredibly heated require adults who are going to employ some moderation, but LaMonica McIver knows that her name is not going to be mentioned anywhere if she sits down and has a conversation with Kristi Noem or Tom Homan in her office. And, you know, if you look at this and the body cam footage, and there was a lot of video evidence here, it's very inconvenient for her because she is clearly not de-escalating the situation. And for these federal officers who have been trained to de-escalate, they've also been trained to read body language, and they know the intent of someone. When they raise their forearm and elbows, all you have to do is listen to Ludacris' Southern Hospitality to know that when someone does this, they're about to drop bows on them. And that's a scary place to be if you're a federal officer, because you don't want to have to respond with force. But they have to move the conversation to this most dramatic point in order to get the one thing they crave so much, which actually fuels them. It's as though they've got solar panels on themselves. They need attention. They need chaos. They need drama. And none of that is helpful. None of that moves the conversation forward politically. And if they're really doing what they're supposed to be doing, then write laws in Congress, create a coalition, and pass them if ICE needs to be reformed.
All right, that's it for the news. Now on to the nuts. I just want to say in this first clip, I want this guy on my team. Check it out.
All right, Tony. I heard this full auto thing has a lot of recoil. Enjoy it.
Cherry
Let me
pop,
see.
baby.
Yeah, yeah. Shit ain't got recoil.
It is quite amazing to me that somebody can be so triggered just by seeing a car, or in this case, a Cybertruck. Check it out.
What the motherfuck? What is this, their fucking homeland? Disgusting ass motherfucking piece of shit cars.
This guy is, I've never seen anybody do this before. I do watch a lot of wrestling. I know some of you are gonna like hate me for that, but it's part of my DNA. I used to watch it with my mother growing up, so it's a part of me. Hate it or love it. But this guy, it's crazy. He does something that I've never seen before in all the time, in all the years that I've been watching wrestling. So it's pretty cool. Check it out.
Damn, they got everything in this farm exhibit. Llamas, goats, cows, Mexicans.
All right, that was funny. I don't care who you are. All right, my friends, that's it for news and nuts. But don't worry, you know what's about to happen. That's right. We've got the liberal crazy and madness and all that jazz coming up. So sit back, relax, and buckle up, because we're about to enter the Lib Zone.
Hey, quick question. How the fuck do you claim to be pro-life if you support this administration? Social Security?
Easy.
Cut it. Healthcare? Cut it.
No.
Food for kids in schools? Cut it.
No.
Are you stupid? You are pro-birth. You've
No.
always been pro-birth. You've never given a flying about other people. So just say that.
Not true. Oh, okay. Okay.
You know what I
Calm
think
down.
is so wild?
Yeah.
Is that 5 years ago I got on TikTok because of the pandemic, and I saw
Okay.
people were doing like dance
Fair.
videos. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll learn how to dance or something.
Yeah,
but now I'm a
yeah.
Marxist, so you did your thing, TikTok. Thanks. Look at this ugly ass house. $2 million, piece of shit. It's for sale.
And how many other people ended up like that young lady? I think this is a prime example of why TikTok needs to be under American control, and those algorithms changed somehow to be better.
You know what's actually crazy is that people
What?
would rather choose a society where you have a 1 in 8 billion chance of getting rich
What?
over a society where your needs are guaranteed to be met.
Of course, she doesn't realize, or maybe she does, that that other system that she's talking about is called communism. And that never ends well for the average person. So be careful what you wish for.
There are folks out here saying, you know, there's no evidence of this, there's no evidence of that. And it's like, it's all
Evidence
over
of
the
what?
place. So
Of
for
what?
those of you saying, I don't have any white privileges, have you ever bothered Googling white privilege? Have you ever bothered like looking at the list of privileges that are available? Because it's ridiculous to me
what
that in this day and
privilege?
age, people can say these things. And it's like, there's so many resources available to you.
Like
A
what?
lot of you are willfully ignorant, meaning that you
Okay.
choose to just not know. You don't want to know. There's so many resources, so many books, so many people out there, you know, screaming their heads off, but you choose to not know. You don't want to know. And you want to distract people like me being like, prove it, find resources. Why? I don't need to do any more free labor for you. I'm doing free labor for you right now, educating you for free right now.
You didn't do
There's
anything.
so many resources. If you don't
You
know,
didn't give me
it's
one
because
thing.
you don't want to know. And you don't want to know because you're enjoying white supremacy and you would hate to see what harm it really causes. That's a you problem.
Can you give me just one privilege? Just one? Please? Can you? No? Can't do that? Of course not, because it doesn't exist. Furthermore, it's interesting that you're sitting in a car that looks like it has leather seats. Kind of privileged, one would say. You look like you have a leather jacket on, which to some people you'd say kind of privileged. Also, your hair is colored blonde. Isn't that the same color as the Aryan Nation? Are you a closeted white supremacist wannabe? Yeah, these people. RFK Jr.'s brainworm says, and the fatigue keeps growing and growing. Jeez.
Anyone who makes more than $1 million a year should be taxed at 100% on every single penny over $1 million that they make.
What?
That would fix the wealth inequality fast as I believe
No,
Jeff
wouldn't.
Bezos himself would begin to be taxed at
Bezos?
100% after about 5 minutes or so.
Oh, okay.
That's how much they have in comparison to you.
You went full retard, man. Never go full retard.
You do know if a tax system like that was implemented, the United States would implode within 1 year. We would cease to exist. All incentive would be stripped, and no innovation would be achieved. And that's one thing that we do best here in the United States. So you're an idiot, and go get a job.
No one will ever be able to convince me that this genetic mutated group of humans are born with a soul. The white humans who are exceptional, I'm pretty sure they have something in their DNA. And yes, I know a lot of good white humans.
What?
But most of them have something a little sprinkled down the line from generations ago. USA is proof that the genetic mutated group of humans are not born with a soul. This country could be literally what we advertise it to be if white humans were good people and had souls.
What are you talking about?
But it looks like they don't. Because this country is perpetually in shit because of white humans. White humans make it stagnant. White humans keep it mediocre. White humans commit the most atrocities in this country. Yet white humans don't hold other white humans accountable. And that's why I say you will never ever be able to convince me that white humans are born with a soul. They were not born with a soul.
Who talks like that? I mean, really, how bizarre And I'm pretty sure there might be a little bit of a sprinkling of genes that in her gene pool that might be a little bit, too close to each other, if you get my meaning, if you know what I'm saying, you get my drift.
Y'all playing a real dangerous game with this whole black fatigue stuff, and let me tell you why. The fact that, one, it don't mean what they think it means, but the fact that these people are getting up here and being so bold as to say, we tired of seeing y'all. We're tired of hearing about your struggles. We're tired of hearing about what you go through. We're tired of seeing you in our movies. We are tired of seeing you guys. And they are just loud and proud about it. And the fact that I'm seeing some black folk, like, yeah, I got black fatigue too, because I don't want to be around the ratchetness and this, that, and the third. Boo. They see you the same way you see them. The same way you see ratchet black folks is the same way they see you. Because you trying to say ratchet. You put an adjective in front of it. They not doing that. They saying black. We tired of seeing them do this, that, and the third, and whining and victims and this, that, and the and y'all don't see what's happening. I need y'all to go back the last couple months and look at what's happening to all those Hispanic folks that were saying, well, I'm tired of the illegals too. They need to come to this country the right way. And you see that they didn't care if you was illegal or not. They don't care if you ratchet or not. This is the playbook. We gonna say this, and we're gonna make it seem like we're only targeting a certain portion. But nah, we coming after all y'all. And I'm so tired. There's two things I'm completely tired of. One, y'all conflating hood culture and black culture. Because, like I said before, hood culture is everywhere. Anytime you go to a low income, low opportunity area, it's going to be bad and crime is going to be crazy. There's rural areas that are full of nothing but Caucasian folks that's full of crime, and they tell you, hey, you don't go down there. Don't take that road, don't be in that town. Are they in their trailer parks or the holler, or are they cooking up what they cooking up? Like, dude, it's all over, and it don't matter what community. There's a reason they got the Yakuza over there, and then you got the cartel somewhere else. What, you think we the only one that got issues with this stuff? No. But that's hood culture. If you knew anything about black culture for real, like I'm talking about, you actually studied it and you see the things that we were able to do, you will realize our culture has a lot of love. Our culture has a lot of passion. Our culture, it don't matter what in the world you do to us. It don't matter what position you put us in. We are going to grind and get out of it. No matter what position. Just look at the things that were invented by black folks. Look at the things that we have done. Look at the fact that no matter even how bad it is, we can still find time to smile. Like, what are you guys talking about here? But y'all want to look at the worst and say that's all of us. Boy, there's 40 plus million of us in here, and a lot of us don't do a lot of that stuff. Okay? There's a lot of us out here just law-abiding citizens do our thing. But they want to put the spotlight on the bad and say, look, this is how they are. And you won't hear saying, well, I got you black folks saying I got black fatigue too. Understand, they looking at you the way you looking at them. Y'all playing a dangerous game. We saw what happened with the Latino folks and all that they was doing. They running the same play. Y'all got to be smarter than that. And our culture is much more than just shaking tail and being hood and jewelry and everything that they trying to tell y'all it is. And if y'all, like I said, if y'all did some research, y'all would see that it's BS. Heck, you can do research right now and see what race commits the most crime in this country. Y'all like numbers so much, see what the FBI say about who committing the most crimes. Who really be on substances. And now who they really blaming on and looking at as criminals. So, I'm telling y'all, this black fatigue mess, y'all don't sit there and try to team up with them and think that y'all talking about the same thing, because y'all not. Y'all playing a dangerous game, bruh.
Maybe I might be too white or something, but I have no idea what the word ratchet or ratchy, what that means. If someone could explain that term to me, I would appreciate it. But I think that guy is really kind of missing the mark, because that's not what black fatigue is at all. Nobody has any problems with the normal black community, however you want to describe it. That segment is like they're totally normal Americans, just like anybody else. It doesn't matter what, if they're whatever, black, Italian, Jewish, Asian, whatever, they're totally fine. It's this subculture of the black community that we're talking about. That's what we're tired of seeing and dealing with, on a daily basis. So you're kind of missing the mark, my friend. The TC says, that is not what black fatigue is. I can show you hundreds of videos of black behavior that people are tired of. Yeah. And if you can find, just one, some white guy or gal freaking out, just let me know. I mean, I guess you do have a lot of Karens. That is true. Mike says, my white liberal woman fatigue is just as high as ghetto culture fatigue.
America, why are we so upset that we defunded Elmo? Listen, okay, I'm not a political genius, but America is in shambles. Maybe Elmo's got to take one for the team and sit on the sidelines so we can handle these trillions of dollars in debt. I love Elmo just as much as the next guy, very cool guy, but you guys, what? Somebody please fill me in. Like, there's got to be a good explanation. It better be a good one. Jeez Louise.
Bitch, f you and Donald Trump. Ugly ass.
I don't want to see another person, including myself, ever give them the benefit of ignorance being a defense, because they're not ignorant. A child could understand that it's racist to bring white asylum seekers in while you're kicking other asylum seekers out. A child can understand that. There is no way they are all that ignorant. They are just bad people.
Yeah, I think a child could understand that you are the racist. Jeez Louise.
Follow me around, let me follow you around. She was just way behind the counter, now she coming to follow me.
I can watch whoever I want.
Why you watching me? It's a lot of white people in here. Why you watching me?
I watched them too.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
And I was on a phone call.
No, you didn't.
No one was.
How you was? If you was on a phone call, why you stay over there? Why you walk way over here? Then when I go over here, you following, looking all over here. I go this way, you turn all the way around.
I can walk wherever I want.
Exactly. You're watching me.
Okay.
You're racist.
Yep. Yep.
She's telling us she can watch me all she won't.
I can.
Why you watching me though?
I
You don't have to watch
I'm
me.
watching everyone.
You don't have to watch me.
Are you special?
You don't have to watch me.
Are you special?
You're not watching everybody.
Yes, I was.
No, you
until
wasn't.
You're now
No,
talking
you
to me.
wasn't.
Yes, I.
Because you wasn't watching me. What you mean? Because I'm not talking to you.
I can watch anyone I
Girl.
want. Okay. If that's the card you want to play, that's what.
Girl. You don't get paid enough to be watching me, baby.
I do get paid to watch. It's my job.
No, you don't. Say your ass over there. Don't watch me. You can watch your job. You don't have to watch me. You're following me. You're following. Yes, you was. Okay. Everywhere I went, I see you up looking around, acting like you on the phone. Why you not on the phone now?
I actually was on the. You want to see the call?
I don't know. Why you not on the phone now?
Now you're saying I'm not on the phone.
Why you not on the phone now?
Because I hung up.
Girl, you weren't on no phone.
You're talking to me.
Why you on the phone anyway? You at work.
I have to make schedule changes. I have a job to do.
Girl.
I have a job.
You work here? No? Okay, she needs your help. Help her.
Are you going to follow? You want to see? You want to record the interaction?
No. Go do your job.
Okay. Look at her. She works at the mall.
I don't give a fuck.
That lady is clearly doing her job. Why is the first thing that people default to is that you're being racist? Why is that always the first card in the deck that gets dropped? I don't understand it. But maybe we can get some clarification. I don't know why a salesperson would keep a close eye on black people. It's a puzzler. These guys are all totally looting the store, which we've seen hundreds of times again and again. And I think there is a common theme here. David Timmons says, thieves hate being watched. Yeah, it sounded like she definitely had a guilty conscience, like she wanted to do something, but because somebody was watching her, she couldn't do it. That's the vibe I was getting. I don't know. Let me know.
It was the other way around, and the orange Cheeto dust bitch had cancer, and we were on here cheering about it. MAGA would be up a wall. They would be bitching. They would be moaning. They would be
Of
like,
course.
you guys are so inhumane.
Yeah.
But y'all do it, and it's okay.
Who are you talking about? Who? I have not seen a single instance where somebody was like, yay, Biden has cancer. Awesome. This is such a great day. I'm going to do a jig. Yeah, it's a cancer jig. Woohoo. No, nobody does that on the right. That's only creepy, demonic behavior that happens on the left.
As you know, we filed a lawsuit against Donald Trump and his family. We secured $454 million judgment against him, which is on appeal. The case is on appeal. I have no idea when that case will be decided. This investigation into me is nothing more than retribution. It's baseless. It has to do with the fact that on a power of attorney, I mistakenly indicated that I was a state of Virginia, but prior to that I had indicated to the mortgage broker that in fact in bold cap letters that I am not a resident of Virginia and never will be. And in the mortgage application I indicated that I would not live in Virginia and I was not a resident. They just took the power of attorney and they're using that as a basis for enforcement for their investigation, when in reality the power of attorney was never used to determine my eligibility for a mortgage for my niece for a home in the state of Virginia. My niece who has children, and because I am a bid on, I wanted her to have a home.
Oh, the irony is thick. Isn't this the exact same thing that Donald Trump used to say, that all the charges against him are complete, baseless shenanigans, just absolute BS witch hunt? You even ran on the fact that you would get Donald Trump. So just save it. And I don't know. I hope you're going to look good in orange. That's all I have to say.
Republicans are objectively poor people because they do not attend higher education. The people who voted for Trump barely finished 6th grade reading courses.
What the hell did you just say?
Okay, and this matters to me because the person who's making close to $600,000 for saying the N-word to a child is going to be copied, pasted, and repeated. The same way that they did with Elon Musk when he made the salute. Okay?
Oh, gosh.
And when that happens, you will all lose your jobs. You will have no jobs. You will not afford your life. You will lose your house, your car, and you will be homeless. And even then, the liberals will still be there to take care of you. But you can't take care of yourself. So hear me well. Do not repeat what they're doing. It is bad.
Are you kidding me? You literally hate more than half the country. You're not going to take care of anybody. And everything you just said is absolute gaslighting. And give me one receipt of somebody that didn't pass 6th grade reading or 6th grade education on the right that voted for Trump. That doesn't exist. You're an absolute moron. Okay, I'm sorry.
Black people.
Yeah,
we are the beginning and the end. We are fashioned after the Alpha and the Omega.
Oh, wow,
we can't ever be defeated or annihilated.
Wait, and who's going against you? Who's trying to annihilate you? This is the kind of rhetoric that needs to stop, because nobody is out to get you. There's no white boogeyman out there trying to, take out all of the black people in the United States. You're crazy.
She's crazy.
Do you ever wonder what it's like to be a woman?
No.
Here's a really good example for you. I left my debit and credit cards at home, so I only have cash, but I need to fill up my gas tank in order to get home.
Okay.
So if I use cash, that means I gotta go into the gas station and ask the dude, hey, can you put $30 or whatever onto this gas pump?
True.
So I passed, there's 2 gas stations on this street. The first one, I was about to turn in, and then I was like, oh no, the guy there always hits on me every single time I go inside.
Oh yeah,
I'll go to the next one.
Sure that
and
always
then the
happens.
second I drove past the entrance to that first one, I was like, wait a second, the guy at this one also hits on me every single time I go in into the store.
Every time.
So, basically, I just can't win either way. I just can't go anywhere without being hit on by men or treated like shit by men. So yeah, fun stuff. I love it.
No way. That did not happen. And you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but that chick was not that good looking to have me actually think that every time she goes into the gas station, she gets hit on. And is there only like one guy that works 24/7 in those 2 gas stations? Jeez Louise. Oh my gosh. I call shenanigans. Didn't happen.
It's so crazy that our government wants to take away porn. They want to make it too expensive to even just breathe. And then they want to strip away our rights.
Oh yeah, that's.
And yet they don't think that's going to cause an uproar. Like, hello? Are y'all listening to this shit?
Did you say homo?
What the
You know, that really must be a miserable existence to just think that all your rights are being stripped away. These people seriously need help.
In the case of El Salvador, absolutely. Absolutely. We deported gang members, including the one you had a margarita with. Damn! And that guy is a human trafficker, and that guy is a gangbanger, and the evidence is going to be clear in the days to come. You're going to see who you went to defend.
Senator,
I'm sorry,
please,
Mr. Chairman.
Secretary
No.
Rubio has the floor.
Mr. Chairman, he can't make unsubstantiated comments like that.
Secretary Rubio has the floor. You had
Secretary
your time.
Rubio should take that testimony to the federal court in the
Senator?
United States because he hasn't done it under oath. Here's another point, okay? There is a division in our government between the federal branch and the judicial branch. No judge in the judicial branch cannot tell me or the president how to conduct foreign policy.
Rubio drops the mic like a boss. I don't understand why these stupid Democrats are like, how dare you besmirch the name of a wife-beating terrorist, MS-13 gangbanger. How dare you, sir? Oh, gosh.
Sorry, I just had to get that out. This administration.
It's time for Dave's Detox. That's so funny. Oh no. Looks like it's fight night. Nice. That is a weird posture. What? Oh, he really... Nice. That's how I feel some days. You get that foot. Nice. Oh, jeez.
Let go. Let go. Let go.
No. Good for him, buddy. Oh, nice. What's up with these pugs just falling asleep anywhere? He's getting into mischief. This is rummaging. It's, oh, busted. That's awesome. Oh, he's so cute looking. All right, my friends, that wraps up another episode. I really do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe, like, share, slap that bell. do all that jazz, tell people and friends, loved ones about Idle Hands and what we're doing here. All right, until the next episode, stay safe, know that you are loved and appreciated, and of course, until we meet again, have a great day.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear.